Texas lesson in ants and how they work. This is a little tiny colony, but this little route right here goes this way. You see them? Here they come. They're all going in and out, in and out. And even when you get way out here, there they are. Here they are. Right there, right there, right there. You see how they're not jaw-jacking and messing around? A bunch of foolishness. You see how they're not goofing off, wasting time? They're little busybodies, no matter how far they are away from home. They're not wasting their time. They're redeeming the days, for they are evil. No matter how far. That pile's way back there. See it? Right there. But way out here, you don't see these ants. You don't hear them talking about, oh, did you hear? Did you hear what happened on the Days of Our Lives? I mean, I don't even know what's playing on television. That's the last I heard was As the World Turns and stuff. I'm serious. You don't hear them talking about all that stuff. You don't see them goofing off. Foolishness. Like a bunch of Christians today. Oh, you're just being negative again, Brother Hill. That's all right. That's okay. It's not negative. It's just telling the truth, trying to wake people up out of the stupor that they're in. Because today, everything's just like the PTL Club with Jim Bakker building that big Disneyland thing, recreation. It was like Disney World, but it was for Christians. That's all people are interested in. You get them out here in a place like this right here. You get them out here like this, it'd drive them crazy. It'll drive them crazy. They couldn't take it. Little bug get on them. They'd have to quit, you know. The silence. Would be too much for them to handle. Well, I want to make heaven my home. And it's not that I'm working to get there. It's just that I'm keeping myself unspotted from the world. I don't believe you can get to heaven necessarily by living so close to the world that people don't even know. If you're a Christian or like Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness. You know, so many people says, well, he said that he kind of believed. Man, if that's all it takes to get to heaven, everybody's going. Hitler's going. He believed. It takes true signs of a true meeting, a meeting of the Savior. I met the Savior. And when you've met the Savior, your life shows soberness of mind. It shows a toughness of your spirit as a soldier of Jesus Christ. When you really met the Lord, you're not easily offended. When you really met the Lord, you're not tied to the happenings of the world and people's emotions. You're not attached to that when you met the Lord, because you're dialed in to Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's right. So I hope that little ant pile back there, we learned a lesson from it. Those ants were busy about their business, doing what was right, staying active, staying busy, staying involved, staying on the right path, working and laboring. They didn't lose focus. They didn't lose a right spirit and a right mind and a right attitude. They were doing what they were supposed to do, no matter how far they got away from home. And there's a lot of Christians today. They've never really been away from church. They come, they get their little weekly fix, their midweek fix, and they come again, get their little weekly fix, their midweek fix. They come again and get their little weekly fix, their midweek fix. They come again, they get their weekly fix, their midweek fix. They come again, they get their weekly fix, their midweek fix. Christmas comes, they get their Christmas season fix. Next year, it's a repeat. It's just a repeat. And they've never been tested. There's some Christians, they've never been outside of just a certain border. And it's a little scary. It's a little scary sometimes, because what's going to happen when the testing and trials come and you're away from, the familiar settings? That's why we have to develop good discipline right now. We have to develop a good frame of mind, a sober frame of mind right now. We're supposed to be working on these things right now, not becoming the opposite, undisciplined, lazy. not able to be a follower of Jesus Christ, impatient, seeking the pleasures of this world, mine, all that. We're supposed to be working on ourselves right now. What if persecution came? If that right there, if that like, oh God, why are you talking about? That's never gonna. If you had that feeling when I said that, you're not very well read. You probably don't have the discipline to read a book about those that went through persecution in countries that it came across their borders and did come and affect them. Communism. And see, there you go. A lot of people don't even read anymore because they think reading a book is like something stupid, and it shows. It shows in them. But there are many people that thought that it would probably never happen to them and their families until communism came into their country and took over. And then they themselves had to make a choice whether or not they would hold on to their faith. But see, if you start now being a good little ant, so to speak, start now working on your discipline, your frame of mind. When the evil day comes, when those days come, you won't be taken by surprise, because you've been in training. I think Paul talked about that, about the farmer, the soldier, and the athlete, I believe in Timothy. Just go read about it. Right. I mean, here we go right there. A lot of Christians, they don't even have the discipline, the time, they don't want to take the effort to even go look something like that up, and just see what there is to learn about those things. They don't have it. They don't have the goods. They're like that guy I posted, that bodybuilder who filled his body up with synthol oil. It's a type of oil. It's no muscle. It's just all oil in their body. They look like it's muscle, but it's oil. It's been put in over the years with needles. They can't even bench press 150 pounds, but they look like they can bench press 700 pounds. A lot of Christians like that. A lot of preachers like that. A lot of teachers like that. They're just fake and phony. They've never done the work. They've never even tried.